Hi everyone. Today I had the opportunity to test the Vogue Rally 300 or Vogue, I don't know how to pronounce it. And I am sorry, but there is no footage of the test drive, so I only have this short video with the walk around. But I did not forget to turn the phone horizontally, so that's something, yeah. Alright, so I have this walk around footage and I have stills. And let's start with these two stills because I think it's a beautiful bike. Actually, I like it more than the Honda CRF 300. Sorry guys. This is much nicer. I really like the black and yellow combination. So I have a Versys X, which is green, and I'm thinking to convert it to this kind of color scheme. And also the lamps of this bike look better than the Honda CRF 300 Rally with that idiotic asymmetric stupidity what they made there. So this bike it simply looks better. All right. What else about the aesthetics? Yeah, the block is anodized to brown. This is also nice. Little yellow stripe on the rims. Yeah, it's the details. It's just nice. Yeah, the front fender also just a little touch of yellow and that's it. That's enough. All right, so I took it to a short test ride. Just 5 minutes, 400 meters, and I took it up to 30 kilometers per hour, something like that. Only because in my Forma Terra Evo boots, which is like a motocross boot, but an adventure-like motocross boot, I couldn't really shift. I had to shift from putting my leg outside. I show you how the shifter looks like. So I had to shift from the outside, and yeah, this shift lever you can adjust with a screw, or in last resort you cut it with the angle grinder and weld it to a little bit longer. So that's why the only 400 meters test ride. But the bike surprised me. It's nice to drive. I felt that it has more torque than my Versys X300, also because on paper the power to weight ratio and the horsepower to weight ratio and the torque to weight ratio is the same to my bike, but the Versys is a high revving engine. The maximum rev on the Versys is 15,000. On this bike I think 9,000, I'm not sure, but lower, and I could feel it. So when I started off, I felt that maybe I can lift the front and do a little wheelie, but I'm not going to wheelie a showroom bike. So, and I never wheelie on my bike, so yeah, I decided, well, let's not. It could have ended expensively. Alright, so during the ride the seat felt comfortable. On my Versys I have a seat concept, so that's a comfortable seat, and I didn't notice anything bad about this, but 5 minutes is not 1 hour, so anyway, the seat is on this bike is a very snug fit. So on my Versys the seat is a little bit loose. I don't feel it when I'm sit on it, but it's not nice. So on this bike it's snug. Okay. The angle of the knees, I'm 185 centimeters, and it's a little bit the angle is narrower than on the Versys X, but not as narrow as on the Honda CRF 300L. I tried that also for a short time. And I have space, so the end of my knee with the protector on, I have the Acerbis Gorilla, so it's a big protector, barely touches this part of the cowling, of the plastic cowling here, just barely, so it's not noticeable. And when I am totally in front of the seat, then it barely touches it. So the ergonomics is better than the Honda. The handlebar could be a little bit more forward, so that might be an issue for me if riding for a longer time. The height is okay, but it should be a bit towards the front. They are wide enough, so that's okay. There is a footrest for the passenger, and I looked under the seat. The tube of the frame goes up until about here, where I point with my mouse, so a bit beyond where the rack is bolted, and from there is a sheet metal up to the end. I don't know exactly. There is a bolt here for the luggage rack, so the sheet metal must come until somewhere, almost until the brake lights. So I wouldn't be worried that the back of the bike breaks off. So the tube is quite thick. So yeah, the bike is 150 kilos, 158 with petrol, with 11 liters petrol. So I think the tubes are strong. They seem strong. Yeah. You also get the crash bar, or what's it's called, and they protect the bike somewhat. And you also get plastic, what is it, the guards for the bottom of the bike. And yeah, it will most likely only take one big hit, but it will save the bike, and I'm sure it's very cheap, so then you replace it. Anyway, you are not going to use this bike in rock gardens. Alright, during the test ride I felt that the suspension was a little stiff, so at the slow speed up to 30 kilometers per hour I had a few bumps, and they were a bit stiff. So after the Honda is very plush, and it's like sitting in a couch, and it soaks up the bumps seamlessly. This bike, but that bike I tried off-road, and this bike on the tarmac. But so it can be a good thing that it gives you good feedback, and the handling, it's a precise handling, and then it has 240 millimeters of travel front and back, or something like that. It should be more than enough. In the worst case, you order a YSS or some other suspension upgrade, and you still got more money in your pockets than if you bought a Honda. And also, not to talk about the cost of ownership for a Japanese or Western bike, like the petrol filter, 100 euros. Come on, it's just a little piece of plastic. Or the bolts on the cowling. Here you have threaded stainless steel bolts. Most likely stainless steel, looks like. Normal bolts. What do I get on the Kawasaki? Those little plastic sheets which break every second time and cost 2 euros per piece. It's a joke. So maybe this Japanese bike manufacturers should pay a visit to China. Alright, okay, tires, whatever. I think it's going to be good for tarmac use above 10 Celsius, 10 degrees Celsius, and in gravel, obviously, not a hardcore off-road tire. This should probably be changed. Okay, the rear sprocket is 48 Ts and 48 Ts, and here you see that the change slack adjuster is this is the I like this version better. On the Kawasaki I have the version where the bolt comes out here with the nuts. It's just a joke. So that's good too. And then I will show you the brakes. Can I show you the brakes? No. Where do I have the picture of the brakes? Shit. Here. So it has ABS front and back. I couldn't try it because the weather was dry. The feedback from the brake felt okay. It felt so as I squeezed it harder, it was braking harder. So that was it felt okay. I read it in an Italian article that they felt the brakes spongy. Not at all my experience. The clutch lever is harder to pull than on my Versys X, but it's not too hard. I think. Obviously, after an hour of riding it, I might change my opinion. Okay, what else? Oh, the details. Yeah. So this chain guard guide, whatever it's called, it's also there. It's nice. The above one is good that it doesn't extend all the way to the frame, so you can see the rear spring, the dirt. You can clean the dirt from there, and also this chain guide under the chain here, which is the plastic part. You can see and examine how much is still left from it. So I liked it. They were thinking about the details. Okay, the cable to the side stand, which is blocking you to start the bike when this is down, is also at a good location, so you cannot hit it with your boot or stones. It's hidden from stone damage. That's good. The cover of the front sprocket is nicely with holes, so you see how much mud is in there. You can clean it. That's good too. But the footrests, it was okay for me. It was big enough. Yeah, it's a big question if you can get a shift lever which is folding in, and the brake lever also. Yeah, AliExpress. I'm sure you will have it from AliExpress. Okay, I think what else I did not talk about yet. The tubes in the front, I'm not sure if I mentioned it. So it's a nice frame with this double cradle design, or how you call it. On my Versys X there's nothing here. There's absolutely no frame here. It's just the engine. The engine is carrying the weight, and goodbye. And they said it's any road, anytime. Well, no, Kawasaki, no. This is a frame. This is any road, anytime. Not your bike. I don't know. Someone should sponsor me for this review, really. Okay, dashboard, blue, digital, whatever. I don't care. You have the gear number indicator, speed, RPM. Yeah, in the Italian article they wrote that it doesn't show you the level of your petrol. That's bad, but with this fuel consumption, it's supposed to be 3.2 liters per 100 kilometers, and you have 11 liters of petrol, so not much worry there. Yeah, the petrol cap that comes off, I don't know, not an issue. Some wind protection. It would have been nice if they put here a tube for the phone holder. There is a USB plug here by factory, so that's good too. The lamp in the front is halogen, but the side indicators are LEDs. So that's that. Oh, the handguard. It's the best handguard by factory, I think, from any bike I've recently seen. It's just plastic, but it's a strong plastic, and it's fixed on two sides. So usually what you get is just a 1 point mounted handguard, which is very thin plastic. So this can take one hit or one fall, and then it will be very cheap to replace. So maybe I wouldn't put a barkbuster on it, and also because I dropped my barkbuster one time on tarmac at 0 kilometers per hour, and this mounting ring broke off, and they sent me a replacement. Well, I told them there is another brand which makes the ring, and it's double as thick than the barkbuster. So what is this big hype about barkbuster? I don't know. And also, what would be innovation if I could adjust my lever at any angle, because in off-road I am obviously it's the levers are at a sharper angle, and with the barkbuster you can't. You have to have the levers at the original position, otherwise you cannot fit it. And yeah, so what's this big hype about this barkbuster? Maybe we should try the Chinese brands. All right. Okay, so if I forgot anything, yeah, I forgot the diameter of the front fork, which is 41 millimeters, and non-adjustable. The rear shock is also non-adjustable. Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.